Kind of got stuck a little bit. Got both sides on. And I got to put I'm moving too fast on that camera work. And I've got to get the front wall on. You guys know how I like to work. And I got to get that front wall on first, and then I know where my bed's going, and then I can measure everything in between. So this is actually the back side of this, but I made the front and the back wall, measured the window from the old tin. Remember, when you go by, see those for 99 cents, you ought to grab a couple. I don't know how many I'm using there, but it's a bunch. But anyway, got little weights on these just to make that stick in there. So I've got to give those guys 30 minutes to an hour, and they'll be dry enough at that point that I can get them put on. I just really need to put the front one on. I'll let the back one sit. So then I can start working on that front kitchen. And that's where I want to get to today. I've got about 4 hours in so far, so that means it's about lunchtime. So that gives me just enough time to let this dry, and then I'll come out and put it on and try to get another 4 hours in. Oh boy, I'll take a little break from putting that front wall in, and I wanted to show you I almost had a Do It Twice Theater episode for you, but I saved the floor. And what I forgot to do was measure where the potty closet went. But I kept the floor. So, let's measure. We're going to be all the way almost to, we're going to be about, put that wood about 36 and a half, but really all the way to the wheel well. And let's see, that piece would sit on the other side of that and be nailed in because you can see it right there. So from there to the edge here, 21. So 21 by about 38. I think, is that what we said? 21 by 36 and a half. 36 and a half. So I'll tell you, don't throw it away till you know you're done with it. I was not done with it, so I'm glad I saved it. So you do not have an episode of Do It Twice Theater here today. What you do have is I'm going to clean all this off, and I'm going to go install that front. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So what I'm doing, first I am drilling out a little bit just so that I can, well, it's a big bit, but a little bit of product just so I can countersink these. And then I use one that's just a touch smaller than this 1.25 inch screw, because it's got to go through, and that's part of the countersink process as well. It'll go through here, and it'll go about 1/2 inch or so into our walls over there. So that's what starts keeping it there, and it gets it to the right width. And then we're gonna go back here with the staple gun. That's really what's gonna do the trick, because there's gonna be so many staples here into there that it's gonna be real nice. So that's my little tip or trick for this. And that's how I keep, the reason I glue these up first is it's so much easier to put them up there already set. And this, I don't know if I said that before, this is our window our window is gonna be sitting on this. So that's why that's not at the edge. But there will be a piece that goes across there and a piece that goes up here. We just got to get our window set where we want it first. So I'm going to go put this up. This is going to be my front piece. And we'll discuss what's going to happen after that. All right. Oh, we got the front wall up. So that means kitchen to about there. Potty closet to about there. So I'm going to just put the little foundation in for the potty closet. That'll let me know where I can go to build the kitchen. How interesting is that? Look at all that. It's crazy. Not going to see hardly any of it because it's behind the kitchen. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, I'm going to get building on that and that potty closet, and we'll see how things end up. Started framing in the kitchen. Still got to run the rest of my welting. Gonna have to order some more too. But anyway, this was the piece I was just talking about. This right there. That's going to be between the kitchen and the potty closet. And that little 1/4 inch is where the plywood will go to make the potty closet. That one we traced out. We'll get to that. I just had some of this extra to put down because I didn't want to make an unlevel floor. So there won't be floor over here because that is the opening for the refrigerator. And that's all we're going to do is there's just going to be a refrigerator there. Over here is going to be the sink, and then probably a big double cabinet is what I'm thinking I'll put in there. But from here all the way across, I'll put a nice little floor in there, all one piece, and I think it'll look real nice right there, and that'll give it the support, and I'll have something to nail it into. So got rid of some of that scrap we've been using. And there's going to be a wall right here just to keep the refrigerator to itself. So that's what I'm thinking for right now. I've got that old white porcelain sink that I salvaged a while ago. We're going to put that in there. And I got to build the countertop. Haven't got the countertop. I haven't got the Wilson art yet, but I've ordered it. All right, and then the potty closet. So I'm going to get started on that. I'm going to get started finishing this, figuring it out, making my moves. I'll take you along. It's a pretty big piece. Got that roughed in at those holes. That's where the refrigerator's going, so it can ventilate. Anyway, looking good there. It just has to follow that line, and it does exactly. So I now have to figure out how much room. Let me adjust this great camera work for you. I've got to figure out how to film and get my tools out of the way. There we go. So I've got to build a door frame. Kind of tricky because it needs to tie into here. And that'll push that up there tight and push it up here tight. That'll be real good. But anyway, I'll probably take a 1x4 and I'll take advantage of this inch of frame right here, screw it into that all the way down. And so it'll come up about like this. And then it'll make this turn right here. And then it'll probably, I'll terminate it so, well, you can't even see what I was talking about. Boy, I'm telling you. As I was saying, I'll bring it up here and then bring it across here, right there. But I've got to figure out where to terminate it. Because down here on the floor, I'm going to run into the wheel well. Now in the Scotties, they a little bit of the wheel well stick out, and it's not a big deal. I don't know if I'm going to do that here because I've got a 54-inch bed to put in here. Then I need to make a cabinet on this side that will house the AC. So, inches matter on this deal. So I think I'm just going to start by putting that piece in, and I've got to reinforce the back. I've got to build a little, all the way around the back, little 3/4 inch lip, and we're going to put some welting on just to make it look nice all the way up through here. So I've got a lot to do right now, several steps. So I'm going to position this camera a little better for the next shot. All right, I just went ahead and framed in. So up here is the curve. I'll get to that up there here in a second, but that's what's going up against the front. Of course, this is the inside of the potty closet. And then I just framed in the door. Made a little door frame. I'll show you here in a second. So I made the door frame, and then this is where I can put some welting on. This is how it came from the factory. Probably not as nice as that, but yes. And also I can screw in from the roof if need be through one of our rafters. So that'll help secure that. Plus, making this whole section like this, I wasted all that, but hopefully I can salvage it just so that I can take across here and just have one piece. Oh, and I got this here. I'm going to put this right here. And so it's going to kind of sit out that way. I know that probably wasn't very good, but you get the idea. So it'll sit up here, and then I'll put another cabinet right here, and that's going to be where the AC sits. Now, I made all my measurements off this door. I showed you the door when I tore it down. It's original. It's really, really nice. I'm going to tear it down, sand it down, and refinish it. I think it'll take it. I've got some repairs to do here. I don't know if I'll put a mirror back up there or if I'll just let that sit there beautifully. Just depends on how the sanding goes. Because they've got this mirror on the inside. It's ugly. But, it's a mirror. The door's shut. You go out hiking and camping. You want to make sure that you're looking good. So that's what I've got for today. I'm sorry I haven't added my hours up. I'll do that, and I'll let you know how far I am in the next video. But we've got lots of glue and lots of clamps, and I've still got a little bit more to do today. So I'll be back in about another few days with something cool for you to look at.